Welcome back. November is Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, and this month the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network wants everyone to know that we can change the course of this disease through awareness and early detection. Here with more are Rob Beeler and Marty Hine. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us this morning, and thank you for helping us get our message out.
Gladly, because this is one that we were all talking before the show. I feel like everyone knows someone that has either gone through it or has a loved one who has gone through it. And it's a really harsh disease, which makes it difficult.
That is. And both Rob and I are kind of survivors, and so we've, had the experience of going through the chemotherapy, the surgery, more chemotherapy. Yeah. But we're the lucky ones, right?
Sure.
We're the ones who are still here. Unfortunately, many people who were diagnosed at the same period of time we were are not here today. And that's why we've got to increase awareness so we can get people diagnosed much sooner, so we can treat them and treat them effectively, and they can go on to have a happy and productive life.
Part of that is in early detection. Kind of walk me through your story, how you found out and what that process was like. Did you get it early, or was it kind of a sneak attack?
Yeah, well, mine was detected fairly early, but what's really common with pancreatic cancer, the symptoms are very vague. They're low or mid back pain, stomach pain. Some people are jaundice, but they're often mistaken for other issues. So in my case, my doctors thought I had acid reflux, and so tried treating several times, with several different medicines, until luckily my wife said, "Tell them you want a scan," and that's where they found it. Mine was found early enough that it had not spread, but they weren't able to do surgery right away. Had to do chemotherapy and other treatments to get to the point where they could do surgery. But the key is getting it before it spreads.
One of those things, most of the people I know that suffer from pancreatic cancer are men, and my grandfather passed from pancreatic cancer, and as men we can be a little stubborn at times, right? So it's easy to go, oh, it's just acid reflux, or I just feel a little off. But that's a reason we need to go in.
Yeah, please do not do that, right? And I think that's part of the message today, is if you do have some of these symptoms, in general, right, it's just acid reflux, or you had some food that didn't agree with you. But sometimes it is pancreatic cancer. And I think that part of the problem is you have all these subtle symptoms. Now, my symptoms were not subtle. I ended up with jaundice. So this was during the pandemic. I was working at home, having lunch with my wife, and she looked at me and said, "You look yellow, and that is not a good color for you." And so I'm a scientist. How did I miss the fact that I've turned yellow? Yeah. So I instantly ran to the mirror, looked in the mirror, and I was yellow. Immediately ran to the phone, called my physician. She was very supportive, took me right away, and literally I was diagnosed the same day. Wow. So I was very fortunate in getting diagnosed very quickly, but I think Rob's experience is far more typical because of the subtle symptoms.
So talking about raising that awareness, what do we need to do? What is PanCan doing, and what can we as people sitting at home do to kind of help bring this to the forefront a little bit more?
I think the important thing is understanding the symptoms that we've talked about. What PanCan's really focused on is research, helping to develop new treatments to help both detect and cure the disease. Patient services, so helping people who are fighting the battle during that time. Awareness, to make sure that people understand it, as well as advocacy, so making sure that the government is spending properly and investing in these. But the key really is understanding the symptoms, being your own advocate with your doctors, making sure that if you feel something's wrong, make sure you let your doctor know, and you got to push back sometimes.
Don't be afraid to fight back on that. Yeah. It's your health. So, gentlemen, thank you so much. Congratulations on getting through this, because I know it's not an easy battle, and so we're thankful that you guys are coming and sharing your story with us to help raise some of this awareness for people out here.
And we're thankful for you to spread the message to Indianapolis. So thank you.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Again. Guys, Amber, just like a lot of people, this is such a hard disease for people to fight. So great to have survivors here to talk about it.
It is. Like I said, it hits close to home because my husband's father passed in 2007 from pancreatic cancer too. So I'm so glad that you guys are two of the lucky ones that are still here and caught it early.
Me too, is because my sister passed away from pancreatic cancer a few months ago.
Really? Oh,
Still
my
very
goodness.
fresh.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that these gentlemen
Yeah.
are spreading the message.
Go get tested for sure.